OnePlus might be going through a transition phase right now, but they've still managed to crank out a number of new devices, plus another affordable pair of wireless earbuds in the form of the OnePlus Buds Z. But are they any good? Let's find out in our full review. Thanks for watching 9to5 Google here on YouTube. Remember to thumbs up, hit subscribe, and then tap the bell icon to be among the first to watch our upcoming videos. At first glance, OnePlus's latest earbuds share the look of the original Buds. However, take a closer look at the Buds Z and you'll notice very minor and important differences between them. The shiny case though looks exactly like the carry case that comes with the Galaxy Buds and the Galaxy Buds Plus. Much like the smartphone design and Oxygen OS software, it looks like OnePlus has been heavily influenced by the Korean tech giant Samsung. It's actually only limited to the carry case though, as the stem style design is a hybrid of other OEMs in most regards. Plastic does dominate on the OnePlus Buds Z, from the case to the earbuds themselves, obviously in a bid to cut cost. There's also an embossed OnePlus logo atop that glossy carry case, with a slightly indented lid and LED indicator, which does give you battery status information at a glance. So far so similar to every other earbuds on the market. Well, the earbuds themselves essentially mash the OnePlus's existing Buds design and the Bullets wireless together into a hybrid of the two. There's also a USB-C port round back for charging, but alas, no wireless charging support for the OnePlus Buds Z. One of the biggest disappointments on the case with the OnePlus Buds Z is that plastic hinge. The case on the original Buds was one of the best parts of the package. It's not so much here, but it is functional. It does keep the Buds Z safe and secure thanks to internal magnetic clasps. Give the case a shake and I think things will maybe eventually come loose, but for the most part, things are safe and secure when inside. Each earbud has an IP55 water and dust resistance rating, making them ideal for running and exercise outdoors. I'm sure they'll be the perfect gym companion, but living in the UK, which has regional lockdowns, I've given the OnePlus Buds Z a thorough rain-soaked dog walking test drive, and they were ideally suited with this added protection. So I will say the OnePlus Buds Z do take the shape and fit that I adore from the popular OnePlus Bullets Wireless and Bullets Wireless Z. One of my biggest complaints with the OnePlus Buds was the poor shape. Of course, much of this is subjective, as ears do come in many shapes and sizes though. For me, the silicone earbud tips are great at ensuring that the OnePlus Buds Z actually stay securely in your ears, something which is a real problem with the normal OnePlus Buds unless you remain completely stationary. Having a stem is probably the best way for this style of earbud to keep them stable in your ears too, which always is a nice addition. With each earbud weighing in around 10 grams, it's unlikely you'll have any discomfort for long periods of wear either. I did find the stem to be quite snug around my earlobe, but it didn't raise any concerns over the comfort of the Buds Z, even after multiple hours of wearing. Those silicone earbud tips have a dual purpose, as they're great at reducing sound leakage, which I've found sometimes could be a problem with the standard Buds. Having a more sealed in sound means a fuller sound profile too, but also with a bit more nuance. You can get some excellent isolation with the included earbud tips, which do come in 3 distinct size options. It manages that with a smaller 10mm drivers versus the 13.4mm drivers you'll find in these standard Buds. Let's not sugarcoat it though, bass is a really prominent trait on the OnePlus Buds Z. That said, the sound profile isn't overpowered by low tones. Vocals remain clear, concise, and don't get drowned out by the lows and the mids. There is a distinct lack of nuance in certain tracks, but it isn't necessarily a deal breaker when the price of the OnePlus Buds Z is taken into account here. Audiophiles will be thoroughly disinterested, but for casual wear, then I think the audio experience is consistently good for the asking price here. One minor disappointment though for codec nerds is the solo high quality audio codec supported by the OnePlus Buds Z. AAC is supported, which is more often associated with the iPhone. The Buds Z though will default to SBC if issues arise. I wasn't able to see any noticeable audio delay either when watching video content on my Pixel 5, which is always a worry when wirelessly connected to headphones. It might improve with certain OnePlus only features like the gaming mode, which is supposed to lower in-game audio latency, but I'm not a huge mobile gamer, save Google Stadia, to really give you a true indication of Bluetooth latency. Bluetooth 5.0 though does ensure that your connection to your device remains stable and solid without any sort of cutouts. As for the connection range, I've started to notice some minor cutouts at about 15 meters, which is likely further than you'd venture from your smartphone while connected to the Buds Z anyway. There is also some noise reduction in calls to help combat wind and general background noise. I think for the most part they sound fine, but it does sound a little compressed compared to some other earbud microphones. That said, calls are clear and concise, and there's no issues when people hearing you at the other end of the line. To really get the most from the Buds Z, you'll want the Hey Melody app. Until this was released, you did need a OnePlus smartphone to get firmware updates and any potential added features though. The out-of-the-box touch controls are fairly basic without using the Hey Melody app. You'll only be able to double tap to skip tracks. However, you can tweak the controls should you want alternative functionality. I found the double tap to be accurate and easy to activate thanks to the large flat activation pad on each earbud. Another returning feature from the previous generation is the ability to remove earbuds and have any plain audio pause. This is possible thanks to a small sensor in each earbud that is able to detect when you've got them seated within your ears. I really like this feature as mainly it's great for being able to remove an earbud and speak to someone, with the audio resuming right where you left off when you return them to your ear. There is also the added bonus of Google Fast Pair on the OnePlus Buds Z. As someone who changes Android device relatively frequently, this has become an essential as it streamlines the pairing process with multiple devices by linking to your account on top of each individual device via Bluetooth. One of the very few sore points I have with the OnePlus Buds Z has been the battery longevity. Not that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. However, these are not the longest lasting earbuds on the market. OnePlus claims up to 5 hours of listening on a single full charge on each bud. I've found that to be closer to 4 hours for each bud in my testing over the past couple of weeks though. The carry case does provide an extra 20 hours of battery life, which in my testing equated to just short of 5 full charges before needing to plug it in. Like their more premium partner, the OnePlus Buds Z only include wired USB-C charging. This isn't too much of an issue in the grand scheme of things, but it would have been nice to be able to slap on a keypad and top up without pulling wires out. However, charging is still pretty fast. 15 minutes was enough to get the carry case and earbuds, around 4 or 5 hours of extra playtime in my own testing period. So in summary, sure, there are some design ideas that infringe upon the Samsung Galaxy Buds, but overall I think the OnePlus Buds Z are probably a better buy than the original Buds, if only for their outdated design and marginally lower price. That said, it will boil down to how you feel about silicone-tipped Bluetooth earbuds versus solid form factor designs. If you prefer more isolation and are happy to take a very minor battery life hit, then they're great, but for improved battery and audio, the OnePlus Buds will be a better purchase for around $10 to $20 more. However, I do feel that the OnePlus Buds Z are a far superior purchase simply due to the earbud design. Either way, the OnePlus Buds or Buds Z are now a solid everyday earbud choice for anyone thoroughly entrenched in Android. If you do have any questions of your own about the OnePlus Buds Z, then be sure to pop them down in the comment section below. But as always, until next time, this is Damien with 9to5 Google saying thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later.